They lowered my wife's casket while my family poured champagne for my sister's engagement brunch. I was 32, in a black suit that still smelled like hospital disinfectant, standing alone at the edge of the grave. No parents, no sister, no best friend. Just me and my in-laws, and a silence that felt like concrete. My wife, Maya, and I built a good life from nothing. Small apartment, shared bills, dumb inside jokes, real love. My parents never accepted her because she came from a working-class family and had no status. In our house, Rachel was the cherished daughter, and I was the son they tolerated. I was useful when convenient, invisible when not. Then Maya collapsed during a run. Stage 4, brain cancer. 6 months if treatment worked, less if it didn't. I called my mom, shaking so hard I could barely speak. "Oh no, that's awful," she said. Then she added, "By the way, Rachel thinks Bradford will propose." Chemo hit Maya like a truck. Radiation burned her energy down to ash. I took unpaid leave, learned meds, timed nausea pills, cleaned up vomit, slept in hospital chairs, and pretended I wasn't falling apart. My family sent cold texts and prayer emojis. My best friend, Jess, promised to visit every weekend, then canceled every weekend. When hospice told us we were out of options, I begged my parents to come. "Mom, this is the end. Please be here." She sighed. "Your sister only gets engaged once." The night before Rachel's party, Maya's breathing changed. The nurse increased morphine and gave me that look nurses give when they already know. I called everyone again. My dad said guests were arriving. Jess said she was at the salon with Rachel. Maya died at 3:27 a.m., holding my hand, her parents on the other side, whispering love into a room that smelled like antiseptic and grief. I scheduled the funeral for Tuesday, after Rachel's weekend celebration, so nobody had an excuse. I texted details. I emailed maps. Jess swore she'd be there at 8 a.m. with coffee. At 10 a.m., her seat was empty. My family's whole row was empty. I gave my eulogy staring at those empty chairs like they were open wounds. At the graveside, rain started. Then the ropes tightened. Next, the casket descended inch by inch. Then dirt hit wood. After that, my phone lit up. Again and again and again. "My mother, we need to talk now." I turned the phone off and watched my wife disappear underground. Back home, the excuses flooded in. Rachel felt sick. We couldn't leave brunch early. I overslept. An hour later, one of Maya's co-workers emailed me a video from that same brunch. Rachel raised a glass and called Maya's dying weeks my drama. My mother complained my emergency calls were inconsiderate timing. Jess laughed and said I always exaggerated. They didn't miss the funeral by accident. They chose champagne over my wife. That night, Jess showed up at my door with flowers and wine. "Please let me explain." I said, "I saw the video." She froze, then snapped, "You make everything about you." I shut the door in her face and leaned against it until my legs gave out. The next morning, my parents texted that we needed to discuss family trust updates. A lawyer friend reviewed the documents first. The amendment removed me and shifted my share to Rachel. Day after my wife's funeral, that afternoon they arrived anyway. Mom, Dad, Rachel, and Jess acting concerned, asking me to come home and sign quickly. Rachel dropped onto my couch and said, "Just sign. You have life insurance." I said, "Get out." Mom said, "Don't be dramatic." I said, "My wife is dead. You skipped her funeral. You mocked her. Get out." Dad tried the family speech. Jess cried. Rachel rolled her eyes. I opened the door and repeated one sentence until they moved. Family shows up. I went no contact that day. Therapy came first, then a young widowers group, then part-time work, then volunteering with cancer patients because I knew exactly what that hallway fear sounded like. My in-laws checked in every week and never asked me to perform gratitude. They just loved me, quietly, consistently. 2 years later, grief still shows up, just not as a tyrant. I keep Maya's letter in my wallet, the one where she wrote, "Don't just endure, live." I bought a smaller place, planted a garden, built a circle of people who actually answer the phone when life goes dark. Blood didn't save me, chosen family did. If you've ever cut off people who called themselves family, drop your story in the comments what boundary saved your life.